Greetings from Exam Heist. We have identified important exam questions. Practice these important questions 2-3 times to get 100% success in exam. Subscribe and comment, share PDF in the below comment section to get PDF of these 40 important questions. If you want to access full dump, please visit www.examheist.com. We have 24/7 support available for your doubts and exam queries.
Question 1. A network engineer is preparing for an office site survey with a height of 2.5 meters. Which 3 components are recommended to complete the survey? Choose 3. Option A. Use a battery pack to power APS. Option B. Use a drawing of the office space to draw APN client placements. Option C. Use DOS attack on APS while measuring the throughput. Option D. Use APS with directional antennas. Option A. Use APS with external antennas. Option F. Use APS with built-in antennas. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Use a battery pack to power APS. Option B. Use a drawing of the office space to draw APN client placements. Option F. Use APS with built-in antennas. Question 2. An engineer is designing a wireless network that will support many different types of wireless clients. When conducting the survey, which client must be used to ensure a consistent experience for all of the wireless clients? Option A. The client that has the highest RF properties. Option B. The client that is used most by the company. Option C. The client that is used least by the company. Option D. The client with the worst RF characteristics. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. The client that is used most by the company. Question 3. An engineer has performed a predictive site survey for high-speed data and voice in an indoor office. What is the recommended data rate with 67 dBm signal level for optimal VLAN design? Option A. 6 megabits per second on 802.11 BGN. Option B. 24 megabits per second on 802.11 BGN. Option C. 12 megabits per second on 802.11 N. Option D. 24 megabits per second on 802.11 N. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. 12 megabits per second on 802.11 N. Question 4. A customer is concerned about mesh backhaul link security. Which level of encryption does the backhaul link use? Option A. Hash. Option B. ACE. Option C. WEP. Option D. 3-day. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. ACE. Question 5. As part of a wireless site survey in a hospital, an engineer needs to identify potential layer 1 interferers. In which 2 areas is the engineer most likely to find sources of 4 GHz and 5 GHz RF noise? Choose 2. Option A. Magnetic resonance imaging. Option B. Kitchen. Option C. Gamma knife radiation treatment. Option D. X-ray radiography. Option A. Patient room. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. Kitchen. Option E. Patient room. Question 6. Which 3 pieces of equipment are needed to conduct the fully measured wireless survey? Choose 3. Option A. PO battery. Option B. Spirit level. Option C. Access point. Option D. Tall tripod. Option A. Goggles. Option F. Ladder. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. PO battery. Option C. Access point. Option D. Tall tripod. Question 7. When conducting a site survey for real-time traffic over wireless, which 2 design capabilities of smartphones and tablets must be considered? Choose 2. Option A. No support for 802.11ac. Option B. Higher data rates than laptops. Option C. Fewer antennas than laptops. Option D. No support for 802.11r. Option A. Lower data rates than laptops. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Fewer antennas than laptops. Option A. Lower data rates than laptops. Question 8. Which two criteria must be considered when conducting an outdoor bridge site survey? Choose 2. Option A. Near-far effect. Option B. Weather. Option C. Traffic lights. Option D. Power lines. Option A. Fresnel zone. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Weather. Option E. Fresnel zone. Question 9. An engineer is performing a predictive wireless design for a medical treatment environment, which requires data and voice services. What is the minimum requirement for the design? Option A. Overlapping 72 dBm coverage from 2 access points. Option B. Continuous 67 dBm coverage from 1 access point. Option C. Continuous 72 dBm coverage from 1 access point. Option D. Overlapping 67 dBm coverage from 2 access points. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Overlapping 67 dBm coverage from 2 access points. Question 10. Which non-Wi-Fi interferer can be identified by MetaGeek Channelizer? Option A. PDAs. Option B. Jammers. Option C. Smartphones. Option D. Printers. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Jammers. Question 11. A wireless engineer is utilizing the voice readiness tool in Cisco Prime for a customer that wants to deploy Cisco IP phones. Which dBm range is the network inspected against? Option A. 78 to 65 dBm. Option B. 72 to 67 dBm. Option C. 85 to 65 dBm. Option D. 85 to 67 dBm. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. 72 to 67 dBm. Question 12. What causes the most signal attenuation? Based on the wireless design tools. Option A. Cinder block wall. Option B. Metal door. Option C. Glass wall. Option D. Office window. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Metal door. Question 13. A wireless engineer is performing a post-verification of a wireless network. Which two metrics does the engineer verify to ensure that the wireless network can support voice services? Choose 2. Option A. The coverage area must have a noise flow that does not exceed 87 dBm. Option B. The client device must have at least an 67 dBm RSSI. Option C. The rate of retransmitted packets must be 15% or below. Option D. The rate of retransmitted packets must be 20% or below. Option A. The client device must have at least an 65 dBm RSSI. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. The client device must have at least an 67 dBm RSSI. Option D. The rate of retransmitted packets must be 20% or below. Question 14. An engineer must decide the cell overlap for a wireless voice deployment. Which Cisco measurement recommendation should be considered? Option A. The edge of the cell should be 67 dBm. Option B. The edge of the cell should be below 35 RSSI. Option C. The measurement should be done on the 2 4 GHz band. Option D. 1 AP should be deployed per 3000 square feet. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. The edge of the cell should be 67 dBm. Question 15. A wireless engineer is using Ekahau site survey to validate that an existing wireless network is operating as expected. Which type of survey should be used to identify the end-to-end network performance? Option A. GPS assisted. Option B. Spectrum analysis. Option C. Passive. Option D. Active ping. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Active ping. Question 16. A medium-sized hospitality company with 50 hotels needs to upgrade the existing WLAN in each hotel to 802.11n. During the site surveys for each hotel, what needs to be taken into consideration when determining the locations for each AP? Option A. Selecting APs that can be hidden in ceiling panels to provide a secure and clean aesthetic look. Option B. Selecting locations that make visual assessment of the AP operation easy. Option C. Selecting locations that are easily accessed so maintenance and upgrades can be performed quickly. Option D. Selecting AP locations where power is already available. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Selecting APs that can be hidden in ceiling panels to provide a secure and clean aesthetic look. Question 17. During a post-deployment site survey, issues are found with non-Wi-Fi interference. What should the engineer use to identify the source of the interference? Option A. Wireless intrusion prevention. Option B. Cisco Spectrum Expert. Option C. Wireshark. Option D. Network Analysis Module. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Cisco Spectrum Expert. Question 18. Refer to the exhibit. During a post-mesh deployment survey, an engineer notices that frame collisions occur when MAP1 and MAP3 talk to RAP2. Which type of issue does the engineer need to address in the design? Option A. Co-channel interference. Option B. Hidden node. Option C. Backhaul latency. Option D. Exposed node. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Hidden node. Question 19. A customer has restricted the AP and antenna combinations for a design to be limited to one model integrated antenna AP for carpeted spaces and one Morel external antenna AP, with high-gain antennas for industrial, maintenance, or storage areas. When moving between a carpeted area to an industrial area, the engineer forgets to change survey devices and surveys several APs. Which strategy will reduce the negative impact of the design? Option A. Deploy unsurveyed access points to the design. Option B. Increase the TX power on incorrectly surveyed access points. Option C. Deploy the specified access points per area type. Option D. Resurvey and adjust the design. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Resurvey and adjust the design. Question 20. An engineer performs a Layer 1 survey by using MetaGeek Channelizer only on the current operating channel. Which operating mode is configured for a Cisco Clean Air AP? Option A. Monitor. Option B. Local. Option C. Sniffer. Option D. SE Connect. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Local. Question 21. An engineer is using a Cisco AIR 2702 IAP to conduct the Layer 1 site survey. Which mode is selected for the AP to discover non-Wi-Fi interference with MetaGeek Channelizer? Option A. Sniffer. Option B. Monitor. Option C. Flex Connect. Option D. SE Connect. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Say connect. Question 22. An engineer changed the TPC power threshold for a wireless deployment from the default value to -65 dBm. The engineer conducts a new post-deployment survey to validate the results. What is the expected outcome? Option A. Decreased channel overlap. Option B. Increased cell size. Option C. Increased received sensitivity. Option D. Decreased client signal strength. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Increased cell size. Question 23. An engineer is conducting a Layer 2 site survey. Which type of client must the engineer match to the survey? Option A. Best client available. Option B. Phone client. Option C. Normal client. Option D. Worst client available. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Worst client available. Question 24. An engineer must perform a pre-deployment site survey for a new building in a high-security area. The design must provide a primary signal RSSI of -65 dBm for the clients. Which two requirements complete this design? Choose two. Option A. HVAC access. Option B. WLC model. Option C. Site access. Option D. Number of clients. Option A. AP model. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Site access. Option E. AP model. Question 25. A wireless engineer is getting ready to perform a predictive site survey. The new network needs to support data and voice over wireless. Which two Cisco recommendations should be considered for the design? Choose two. Option A. Set -19 dBm of separation between APS on the same channel. Option B. Use the 5 GHz radio band due to 40 MHz bandwidth capability. Option C. Use the 5 GHz radio band due to the 24 non-overlapping channels. Option D. Set the cell boundary to -67 dBm. Option A. Set the cell overlap to 15%. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Use the 5 GHz radio band due to 40 MHz bandwidth capability. Option D. Set the cell boundary to -67 dBm. Question 26. An engineer is designing a wireless network to support Cisco hyperlocation. The customer indicated some locations that require high density. How is the design adjusted? Option A. Add additional APS to all the comers of the site. Option B. Add more APS than indicated from the site survey spread across all areas. Option C. Add an additional AP in the middle of the dense area. Option D. Run the site survey using -57 dBm as a threshold. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Add an additional AP in the middle of the dense area. Question 27. An engineer is designing a new wireless network. The network needs to fulfill the following requirements. Support multimedia applications, support a high concentration of wireless client support data over wireless support roaming. Which approach should be used? Option A. Use of microcells with reduced power levels. Option B. Use of macro cells with reduced power levels. Option C. Coverage for cells at maximum power levels. Option D. Use of macro cells with maximum power levels. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Use of micro cells with reduced power levels. Question 28. An engineer is designing a high-density WLAN for a 10,000 seat auditorium. The solution must take advantage of human attenuation, as well as the aesthetics of the room. Where must the APS be placed? Option A. On the walls. Option B. Under the seats. Option C. On the ceiling. Option D. Above the seating areas. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, under the seats. Question 29. A network administrator of a global organization is collapsing all controllers to a single cluster located in Central Europe. Which concern must be addressed? Option A. Some channels may not be available consistently across the organization. Option B. Different RF policies per office are not available in this configuration. Option C. Syslog must be configured to the time zone of the NMS platform. Option D. Centralized controllers cannot uniformly authenticate global users. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Some channels may not be available consistently across the organization. Question 30. A wireless engineer is hired to design a network for a technology company. The company campus has 4 buildings and a warehouse with access points that provide full wireless coverage, as well as a pair of WLCs located in the core of the network. Which type of wireless architecture is being used? Option A. Unified deployment. Option B. Autonomous deployment. Option C. Centralized deployment. Option D. Distributed deployment. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C, centralized deployment. Question 31. Refer to the exhibit. What is the main reason why the Wi-Fi design engineer took a different approach than installing the APS in the offices, even though that installation provides better coverage? Option A. Aesthetics. Option B. Transmit power considerations. Option C. Antenna gain. Option D. Power supply considerations. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, aesthetics. Question 32. Where must the APS be mounted when used in a high-density wireless network to provide 6 dB to 20 dB of attenuation to a cell? Option A. In the aisle. Option B. Under the seat. Option C. Above the stage. Option D. Under the stage. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, under the seat. Question 33. A company wants to replace its existing PBX system with a new VoIP system that will include wireless IP phones. The CIO has concerns about whether the company's existing wireless network can support the new system. Which tool in Cisco Prime can help ensure that the current network will support the new phone system? Option A. Location readiness. Option B. Site calibration. Option C. Map editor. Option D. Voice readiness. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, voice readiness. Question 34. A rapidly expanding company has tasked their network engineer with wirelessly connecting a new cubicle area with Cisco workgroup bridges until the wired network is complete. Each of 42 new users has a computer and VoIP phone. How many APS for workgroup bridging must be ordered to keep cost at a minimum while connecting all devices? Option A. 4. Option B. 5. Option C. 6. Option D. 7. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, 5. Question 35. A high-density wireless network is designed. Which Cisco WLC configuration setting must be incorporated in the design to encourage clients to use the 5 GHz spectrum? Option A. Band select. Option B. RRM. Option C. Cisco centralized key management. Option D. Load balancing. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, band select. Question 36. A wireless network consultant must assess an existing wireless LAN controller. Which section must the consultant check before replacing the old APS with APS that are IEEE 802.11ac capable? Option A. Number of AP licenses. Option B. Controller PSU. Option C. Throughput capacity. Option D. Software version. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, software version. Question 37. Clustering Cisco WLCs into a single RF group enables the RRM algorithms to scale beyond the capabilities of a single Cisco WLC. How many WLCs and APS in an RF group can the controller software scale up to in WLC Release 8? 9 depending on the platform. Option A. Up to 20 WLCs and 1000 APS. Option B. Up to 20 WLCs and 3000 APS. Option C. Up to 20 WLCs and 4000 APS. Option D. Up to 20 WLCs and 6000 APS. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, up to 20 WLCs and 6000 APS. Question 38. An engineer must speed up the reauthentication delays that are being experienced on the wireless infrastructure by deploying a key caching mechanism. Which mechanism must be configured? Option A. PEAP. Option B. FT. Option C. PMF. Option D. GTK randomization. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, featuring. Question 39. A wireless engineer is designing the wireless network for a warehouse using access points with internal antennas. Which two elements have a negative effect on the wireless users? Choose 2. Option A. Wireless channels. Option B. Access point height. Option C. Client authentication. Option D. Client authorization. Option A. Absorption. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, access point height. Option E, absorption. Question 40. A technician connects a Cisco ARANET 3700 series AP to a switch and realizes that the AP is coming up with 3x3 MIMO. What explains this behavior? Option A. A redundant power supply is unavailable on the switch. Option B. The switch is 802. 3-off capable. Option C. The AP is getting power from a power injector. Option D. The switch is PO+ capable. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. The switch is 802.3 off capable.